Speaker, I rise today to congratulate the crew of the sailing ship Ocean Watch, a 60-foot sailboat which just completed a 28,000-mile journey around the Americas. A little more than a year ago, Mark Schrader, Herb McCormick, Dave Thorson, and David Logan left Seattle and sailed north. They sailed around Alaska and then through the treacherous Northwest Passage, an area that's usually too full of ice to pass, but is now navigable because of the rapidly warming Arctic. After about 100 days, the crew arrived safely in the waters of the Atlantic Ocean. From there, the Ocean Watch sailed south along the Atlantic coast of both continents to the challenging route around the Cape Horn, where they once again met the waters of the Pacific. After traveling for over a year and completing more than 28,000 nautical miles, they finished their expedition and returned home to Seattle. They set sail with the mission of inspiring, educating, and engaging the citizens throughout the Americas to protect our fragile oceans. This amazing journey was envisioned by David Rockefeller Jr. and Captain Mark Schrader of Stanwood, Washington. To implement their shared vision, Mr. Rockefeller enlisted the assistance of a nonprofit organization he helped to found, Sailors for the Sea, that encourages sailors to become more active stewards of the world's oceans. Over the course of their journey, the crew, that included experienced sailors, photographers, journalists, educators, and scientists, visited 13 countries at 45 ports of call. In Alaska, they visited with the Namgis Indians of British Columbia and were themselves educated on the destruction of the local habitat by industrial logging and overfishing. They docked in New York City for a presentation at the New York Yacht Club, where they shared their experience and mission to a standing room only crowd. At each stop, the crew shared their experiences and raised awareness of important ocean health issues like polar ice melt, ocean pollution, collapsing fisheries, acidification, and coastal erosion due to sea level rise. To aid in their mission, the Ocean Watch carried with it various instruments and cameras, coordinated data collection with various NASA and NOAA satellites, and took advantage of the unique opportunity to track, monitor global data from a single platform. In the true spirit of conservation and education, these measurements will be shared and used to complement other oceanographic, atmospheric, and climate science research programs, the majority of which originated at the Applied Physics Lab and the Joint Institute for the Study of the Atmosphere and Oceans at the University of Washington. To help in accomplishing the educational goals of this project, they used a set of curricula and educational resources developed by Seattle's Pacific Science Center and brought with them trained bilingual educators who shared lessons linked to the onboard scientific research with the communities that they visited. The completion of the Ocean Watch's extraordinary voyage cannot come at a more critical time in our nation's ecological as we watch helplessly as the oil gushes into the Gulf of Mexico and it devastates the region's ecosystem. The far-reaching potential of consequences that extend well into the Gulf, we need more advocates who understand the importance of protecting our fragile oceans. While the crew of the Ocean Watch successfully completed their voyage, their work has only just begun. After both the Exxon Valdez and the disaster in the Gulf, I'm not sure how many more wake-up calls we need, but I do know that we're going to need people like Mark Schrader and his crew to help us educate on what's happening to our oceans. I commend the crew of the Ocean Watch for moving us forward on this difficult path. I recently read a quote by a British man named Thomas Fuller in 1732. He said, "We never know the worth of water till the well is dry." I sincerely hope that with the advocates like the crew of the Ocean Watch, we will prove Mr. Fuller wrong. I yield back the balance of my time.